Depart. Okay.
Do you have a pension bill on your desk at this point, or planning to sign that anytime soon?
That'll be very shortly. We'll be acting on that. We're finishing the final touches of review. This is the biggest cost-saving measure ever enacted by the General Assembly of Illinois, and it's extremely important that we save money for taxpayers. And we're talking billions of dollars. This is a very sensitive subject, but a very essential matter that we have to address. The costs of public pensions are enormous. We want to have a decent pension, but we have to make sure that it's affordable and the pension systems are solvent. So I consider this one of the biggest challenges that our state has had since I've been alive, especially over the last couple of decades. It's confounded legislators and governors before me, and we have to roll up our sleeves and address this issue today in 2010 and get it done right.
Are you looking to make any changes to that bill?
Well, we're reviewing everything. I want to make sure it's acceptable. That's what you have to do when you're deciding whether to sign or not sign a bill.
Are you holding off on trying to get votes for your tax increase plan?
Well, it's a 1% surcharge for education. I think it is important to kind of deal with that. We just heard from Dr. Satcher and also from Will Davis and Dr. David Miller, Representative Miller, on how important education is. We are at a crossroads in Illinois. Our state, like every other state, will not have a federal stimulus for education in the coming fiscal year. That'll cost us about $1 billion or more dollars. Now, are we going to replace that money and make sure we have those teachers, or are we going to see them go, and hurt children especially? So that's really what the choice is. I know that some in the press depict it only one way, but I think the choice is, are we going to invest in education, which I think is very, very important to human fulfillment and talent and potential in our state of Illinois, so we can be a strong state. I think that's the next issue that we'll be dealing with. The cost issue, if anybody tells you got to cut costs in state government, nobody has ever addressed the public pension costs the way we have, and I think that savings will be enormous for a generation or more to come, and that I think certainly would answer those who feel that government's got to cut costs.
Well, I didn't know last year with the capital bill, when lawmakers initially passed it, you had said something to the effect that you wanted to see the revenue portion come over with it before you would act on the capital bill. Is there any thought that you will withhold action on the pension thing on the surcharge as a result of that?
I don't really see it that way. I think it is important to understand that reducing costs of state government and making sure we have adequate revenue for education, those are absolutely essential items if we're going to withstand having further bond rating downgrades. You cannot have a huge deficit, as I inherited, without cutting costs and making sure you have adequate revenue. So that'll be our mission for the remaining weeks of this legislative session. And I really feel that we've made good progress so far. This morning I signed the bill for the Small Business Job Creation Tax Credit, which is something that passed in about a month's time with bipartisan support, and it's going to create jobs in Illinois. I was with a number of employers. 95% of our employers in Illinois have 50 or less employees. They're small businesses. And my goal is to make small business mean big business in Illinois. And our job creation tax credit will give a tax credit of $2,500 to every small business that creates a full-time job over the next year, begins on July 1st, and that'll add to the employment ranks. We hope thousands of jobs.
Where are you with revisions to the Telecommunications Act?
Well, that's a very important one as well, rewriting the Telecom Act for the 21st century, and especially this decade of the 21st century. We're working with both houses of the legislature, bipartisan groups, to try and come up with a law that works for consumers, for workers, for the public. And that's a major assignment. We want to have more jobs in telecommunications. That's an area we can be strong in Illinois. And we have to make sure we protect consumers so they get a fair shake. So it's a balancing, and I think we can hopefully make good progress there.
Can you be a little bit more specific about what changes you're hoping to make?
Well, I think they're discussing them now. I think basically we want to have high-speed internet wherever ever possible in Illinois. We don't want anybody left behind. We want everybody in and nobody left out. I'm chairman of the Broadband Deployment Council. We've won a number of federal grants in competition to employ high-speed internet in different parts of Illinois. I think our communications companies, AT&T, Verizon, perhaps Frontier, and some others, smaller companies, we all have to be involved in understanding that telecommunications and broadband deployment and high-speed internet, these are very key parts of the information superhighway that's key to our economy, key to our health care, key to our education, our law enforcement. So we really have to be on top of that, and this telecom rewrite is part of that.
How do you plan on getting support for your surcharge or income tax or whatever you're calling it and he's calling it?
Mm-hmm. Well, the way you do it is one person at a time. I think we had a couple legislators here that would certainly vote for it. They understand we want to have lots and lots of Dr. Robert Satchers coming our way in Illinois, coming up. Young boys and girls who have great dreams and visions, have the ability to do hard things, math and science. We want to make sure they're well educated by teachers who get paid a decent salary and don't get laid off. So that's what it's all about to me. When you really look at it, we're not going to have a strong country or a strong state if we don't have strong education. So when it comes time for investing in education, I think the overwhelming majority of people in Illinois, huge majority, are not for cutting our education. But we are at a crossroads, because when we lose $1 billion that came from another place, the federal government, we either have to replace it or we lose out. And so I propose that choice to the General Assembly. I think we should replace it. I think we should enact a surcharge, and I'm going to keep speaking to legislators one by one on this subject. And I hear a lot of talk from some about, that this is hard to do. It is hard to do in an election year. Jim Edgar said last week, and I like Jim Edgar, he was governor when I was state treasurer, he said it takes some courage to get in the middle of the arena and propose a surcharge in the middle of a election campaign. He supported a surcharge in 1990, and he said if he was elected that he would support that as well. And I admire him for his courage.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, you're all set?
Hire a campaign manager,
The campaign stuff will come after we finish the governor. I think we did okay in the primary, and we'll do it okay in the future.
The end of session, less than a month away. I mean, do you think support is building for the surcharge in a way that's going to get you guys out of here when you're supposed to at this point?
Well, I do hope to have everything completed by the end of May or sooner. I would like to see, if possible, Memorial Day, we have opportunities for legislators and everyone to go to the commemorations of those who have given their last full measure of devotion to our democracy. But traditionally, and it does run to the end of May, and that is Memorial Day, I think, this year, the last day of the month. So we'll see. We got to work hard. That's all I believe in.
Concerns about May 7th targeted adjournment?
Well, if we can do it by then, it'll be okay with me. I have, I can sprint, and I also ran long distance, so whatever it takes. Okay, see you later.